Well, that was interesting, was it not? Holy cow! What a night! I did not know that this would be over. I literally did not know that Donald John Trump would be the president-elect by the time I went to bed. Had no idea, but here we are, and as things are, it is what it is. Here we go. So let me jump into this if I could, just so we're clear on how things sit as we hear right now. The House is 200 to 181. The Republicans holding a slim lead. Four have flipped. They've gained one seat. And I think that the Democrats have lost one seat. I think they're saying it's going to be razor thin like it was. I don't think it's going to be a 5 to 10. I'm sorry, like a 10 to 20 seat margin there. The Senate. So we're very clear. The Senate is now, as it stands, 52-44. And it might go to 53. I'm blown away that this actually happened. Who is going to be the Senate Majority Leader is up in the air, and we know how Republicans do when they select a Speaker of the House. So can't wait to see this because Mitch McConnell is long gone and should have been long gone years ago. I mean, between him and Pelosi and Schumer, I mean, I'm now screaming for term limits. Let me tell you that. And for El Jefe, El Presidente, we're at 292 electoral votes and 226. So that is done and done. So a few things I want to cover today. One of the things is, how the hell did that just happen? I'm really curious as to how that happened. How we move forward and what happens next. And then, more importantly, where this show is going to go moving forward. So let's chat about that and let's have a good time and do the things that we do. West Side last night, GCU, and saw Trump's victory. She went back to GCU around midnight. She said there were hundreds of Trump signs and kids celebrating on campus. Yeah, look, a private Christian university, I would say probably where that's at. Mm-hmm. And Chris says he is unburdened by what has been, and that's what I want to get into. Term limits and age limits. I'm with you on that, Rhonda. So let's actually go. How the hell we got here? And I've had several discussions, text, phone, with people I care about, the people they're important to me in my life, and it seems to be, sans a few of them, it seems to be that there's an understanding that there was no way that in 107 days someone could be planted. Anybody could be planted in on the Democrat side. No one could be planted in and pull this off. Aside of the fact that she was a terrible candidate, but I mean, look at this. What are you up against? Here,
let's look at the numbers on the mood of the country.
Yeah,
it's a pretty dour mood in terms of the way people feel.
Just looking at that alone, okay, you know why it happened. You can just look at this and say, you can use this graphic that CNN came up with as the example of why Kamala Harris is not president, Donald Trump is back in the White House. Unenthusiastic about the way things are going in the United States. Dissatisfied and angry. 30% of the nation said they're angry. Almost half said they were dissatisfied. There's only 26%, so 1 in 4 say that they're either enthusiastic or satisfied. And they lying or they rich. One of the two. Why? Yeah, how was Arizona and Michigan still counting? I have no idea. Yes. So let's go with this here.
Things are going in the United States. Nationally, only 7% of voters say they're enthusiastic. 19% say they're satisfied. Look at these numbers. 43% dissatisfied.
Yeah.
29% angry. 72% of the electorate
3 out of every 4 Americans
say they're dissatisfied or angry.
Yeah.
What about America's best days, we ask? Are they in the future or are they in the past?
There you go.
61% of voters in this election across the country say America's best days are ahead of the country. 6 in 10 say so. 34% say the best days are in the past.
So look at that. So they say the best days are in the past. I mean, you understand, and I'm calling balls and strikes here on this one, because so many people are asking, how the hell did this happen? Well, one, for the first time in presidential history, an administration has been referred to as president, vice president's name's administration. So for them to call it the Biden-Harris administration, the Biden-Harris administration, the Biden-Harris administration, it was never the Trump-Pence administration. It was the Trump administration. It wasn't the Obama-Biden administration. It's the Obama administration. So for this to be the Biden-Harris, they put Harris in after they kicked Joe out. They could not separate her from his record, from the inflation, from the abysmal numbers, from the lying about the manufacturing jobs. Yeah. So, all right, so here's Tequila Jim in there. People typically vote against the incumbent when the incumbent is bad. The Dems had a better shot with Biden before he fell off a cliff. That's true. 4 years ago, Dems showed they didn't like her. It's truth. Could you imagine being one of the Biden family right now, being Joe Biden or the Biden family, just texting everybody, Obama and the whole crew, going, I told y'all so. Told you. So we had the mood of the room. The mood of the room was already awful. And the mood of the room was looking at Kamala Harris as part of what got them to the terrible mood of the room. So to expect that was going to have a good showing last night, I believe is a little naive. I mean, look at this. This was the most awkward part of the whole evening.
Is that the vice president is overperforming Joe Biden in 2020. So we could show you.
Is there any county that Kamala Harris is outperforming Joe Biden when he ran in 2020?
That as well. We just bring that out here. Harris overperforming 2020.
Holy smokes.
There you go. So let this go away and see if there's anything on the east side there.
Literally nothing?
Literally nothing.
Literally not one county?
By 3% or more. Are there any places?
That's absolutely, I mean, like, how did this happen? How did this happen? Easy to see. It truly is easy to see. And by the way, we're about to get into me agreeing with Joy Behar. Settled. I'm going to agree with Joy Behar. And all I'm doing is covering how the hell this happened for a lot of the country, scratching their heads, saying, how is this man back? And I would say, just as Joe Biden didn't win the election, Donald Trump lost it. Hillary Clinton didn't lose the election. Donald Trump didn't win the election. Hillary Clinton lost it. It's the same here. She had this teed up by the media, teed up by the parties, just boom, here you go. And again, like her staff had said she doesn't want to do the work for the job. And she didn't do the work. She ran a lazy campaign. And whether that was her handlers or her, doesn't matter. It's her in the eyes of the public and we the people. So that's why this happened. This might be this guy's last day on CNN. Check this out.
He's won the national popular vote for a Republican for the first time since 2004. This is a big deal. This isn't backing into the office. This is a mandate to do what you said you were going to do. Get the economy working again for regular working class Americans, fix immigration, try to get crime under control, try to reduce the chaos in the world. This is a mandate from the American people to do that. I think I'm interpreting the results tonight as the revenge of just the regular old working class American, the anonymous American who has been crushed, insulted, condescended to. They're not garbage. They're not Nazis. They're just regular people who get up and go to work every day and are trying to make a better life for their kids, and they feel like they have been told to just shut up when they have complained about the things that are hurting them in their own lives. I also feel like this election, as we sit here and pour over this tonight, is something of an indictment of the political information complex. I mean, we've been sitting around here for the last couple of weeks, and the story that was portrayed was not true. I mean, we were told Puerto Rico was going to change the election.
Let him cook.
Liz Cheney, Nikki Haley voters, women lying to their husbands. Before that, it was Tim Walz in the camo hats. Night after night after night, we were told all these things and gimmicks were going to somehow push Harris over the line, and we were just ignoring the fundamentals.
Yep.
Inflation, people feeling like that they were barely able to tread water at best. That was the fundamentals of the election. And so I think that both parties should always look at the results of an election and figure out what went right and what went wrong. But I think for all of us who cover elections and talk about elections and do this on a day-to-day basis, we have to figure out how to understand, talk to, and listen to the half of the country that rose up tonight and said,
hey, there you go.
We've had enough.
Yeah, the Nazis, the garbage, right? Yeah. You actually do. It was in that moment that I realized, okay, we got work to do, y'all. We really do. Think about this. And I love what he was saying there, but we can't be the dog that catches the bumper. Finally catches the bumpers. Now what? And we can't be. We got our work to do now. Yeah, we got to see this entire administration got to put their money where their mouth is. Doge is up crazy right now. Why? Doge is now standing not just a Bitcoin, a crypto. Doge is now the Department of Government Efficiency. Okay, let's see what we can do, Elon. Donald Trump, you said you're going to secure the border. You said you're going to deport the criminals. Okay, see what you got. You said you bring your gas prices down, grocery prices down, interest rates down. Let's go. Get to it. If you don't do it, Republicans are toast for decades. Because this was us gambling. The entire nation was like, I know everybody's going to call me a Nazi if I vote for this guy. Everybody's going to say I'm anti this, anti women, anti immigrant. I'm anti everything if I vote for this guy. Rolling the dice one more time. Let's go, dude. Make it happen. Make it happen. And you're right, Jim. Tequila Jim said Vance has the makings of a superstar. He really does. I mean, you look at again. We're again asking why we got here. Look at that. Look at the pick of JD Vance. The only rip they could get is the guy's weird. He said, and the more he did interviews, like, this guy's weird. This guy's pretty damn cool. I want to hang out with this guy, right? I mean, this guy seems cool as hell. I think he was mowing the lawn when Donald Trump called him told he's going to be the vice presidential nominee. And then you have Tim Walz. Tim cosplay Walz. Forget about Tampon Tim thing. I mean, this guy was in cosplay the entire time. They had him gaming. They had him out there with the I think the tags were still on his hunting vest. They had him pull out an air filter out of a classic truck, a beautiful truck, air filter that was whiter than me. There's no reason to change it. He's like, look, I like to change the air filters. And the guy was in cosplay the entire time and then bouncing around and doing all this. They just screwed this up. They totally screwed this up. Kamala Harris did not do an interview for the first month. For a third of her campaign, didn't even do an interview. I mean, I blown away. And it was obvious because what happened is you ticked the media off. The media got you there. The media ran cover for Joe Biden's mental decline. The media ran every hit piece they could on your potential candidate, potential opponent, excuse me. I mean, every hit piece possible. Get out there and jump on the wave. Enjoy that and ride that to the White House. Nope. Didn't do it, just hid. And then you pissed off the media because you weren't giving them their due. You weren't showing up for their exclusive interviews. You weren't doing press conferences. You ticked them off. And they turned on you. And now the talking heads are turning on the Democrat Party. Cenk, that guy, Cenk, Sick Cenk, the head of the Young Turks. By the way, juggernaut, mass money making. You'll see in this clip here. I mean, they're pulling in $100,000 that night just in donations. Like Young Turks do it. There's a Young Turks channel on whatever TV. I mean, I'm telling you, these guys are now. And by the way, they are the head of the Social Democrats. They gave us AOC. They primary Democrats that are not progressive enough for them. Listen to Cenk last night. Not happy boy.
Leaders are simpletons.
Done.
They're servants of the donor class.
Bye.
So they go in there, like, oh, donor, give me money, please. And I made an ad. I'm Kamala Harris. I'm full of joy. Okay, well, what did that get you? And they say, oh, Jake, you're too angry. Too angry? What? You think, does Donald Trump look like he's kind? Does he look like he's in a good mood? I mean, no, people want some sort of reaction from their politicians. They want them to represent them, to fight for them. But that has never occurred to a Democrat outside of Bernie Sanders, and probably we never will. Damn. So we have, look, I have no interest in listening to a single Democratic politician ever again. They can go kiss my ass. They can do whatever they want, and we never listen to them anyway. And they hate it.
By the way, y'all, these Justice Democrats have given a lot of money. They have made superstars like AOC. They have made the squad. The squad is there because of these guys, the Young Turks.
Us because we're right and they're wrong. They're always wrong, and they hate us for being right. Okay, so but they're not going to learn. You have to beat them in a primary. That's your only hope. And so if you say it's super hard to beat them in a primary because of the lying sons of bitches on mainstream media who will smear you to no end, who will fight harder against progressives and populists than Republicans or Donald Trump or anyone else. Well, brothers and sisters, nobody said life was fair. So we got to go fight that mainstream media. We got to destroy that mainstream media that is filled with lies on top of lies about how the politicians are so honest and the donors have no control over policy. They have 100% control over policy. Everyone in mainstream media is a liar who goes, oh, well, here's a bill. Well, I'm not going to talk about the donors at all. Oh, I think they're having an ideological debate. Oh, look at that. The donor class won the ideological debate again, but I won't call them the donor class. I won't tell you that it's corporate Republicans and corporate Democrats that are playing good cop and bad cop against you the entire time. So these Democratic leaders are the most useless people on earth. If they're not all fired, the Democratic Party is out of its mind. So as the voters.
Yeah, Cenk can just go. I mean, I was just letting him cook because he's right. Again, is how we ended up here. If Democrats are pissed off at Democrats, you think independents were voting for Democrats? No. They were sitting on their hands. I mean, if you believe the vote totals from 2020, it would nowhere near the vote totals of 2024. I mean, not even by a long shot. Or 2016 or 2012. No. I mean, they weren't there. Anyway, people are pissed off. I'm not making fun of Cenk. I make fun of Cenk all the time because he says idiotic crap. But that's not idiotic. That's dead on. So with what Jennings said on CNN, same, dead on. They're dead right. They're reading the room. They're taking the pulse. And no longer can the donor class just simply say, hey, we're just going to place someone here and it's a Democrat. So it's a smooth talking lady lawyer. No, it don't work anymore. It doesn't work anymore. Kamala Harris represented the donor class. That's it. That she never, I mean, y'all, her campaign took the picture of a dead girl and put her face on it because she was wearing a McDonald's outfit. I mean, McDonald's uniform. Oh, send your email. You have to let me know what you think. Okay, I'll check it out, Grizz. I promise. Thank you, buddy. She represents what Cenk was just saying. That's what Cenk was like, dude. Y'all just putting up people that you think we're just going to vote for instead of somebody's actually going to go in there and make a damn difference. And a lot of people, like me, voted for 3 Democrats and a Republican for president. One of the smartest things the Trump campaign did at the very end of this thing is make it a package deal. We got RFK, we got Tulsi, and we got Elon. Vote for Trump, you get all 3. All 4, really, yeah. And Vivek, so 5. I don't think Vivek sways any of the independents, but he's more of a just solidify the MAGA crowd kind of deal. But a vote for Donald Trump was literally a vote for Donald plus 3 Democrats. And it's going to be interesting to see if that's the formula. It is just going to be interesting. And look, y'all, I went through it all. I truly did. And this is how I found this next clip. I truly went through it all. I saw all the reactions. I saw the people freaking out. I saw the people gloating. I saw all of that. I'm not wearing a MAGA hat today. There's no need for that. There's no time for that. I mean, my dad, boy, I'd showboat after any kind of win, man. I got thumped in the ear. Just like, dude, don't worry about that. You won. That's enough. They won. That's enough. And this gloating, I saw like Donald Trump Jr. I saw Matt Walsh, talk about show me all of these. Show me all of these. I'm sorry, all the memes, all of the videos, all the freak out videos. And I'm like, okay, I understand for the most part on social media, freak out videos go like this. Okay, see. This, watch that. Okay. Put this up here. Okay. Now I'm going to hit record. I understand that. Y'all, this is just, I get it. It's just a bunch of crap. It's a bunch of garbage. They're not who I'm talking about. They're genuine people that are sad today. They're really bummed out. They're not freaking out and posting crying videos on TikTok or things like that. But they're genuinely sad. They're genuinely upset. And they have a right to be because they've been fed a bunch of BS. And I get it. Again, I understand why they are. Because I saw a lady say that she doesn't want to, a black lady says she don't want to go to bed because she's going to wake up a slave. What the hell? But you say that. There was a black politician, somebody help me out who it is, said he's going to put y'all back in chains. It might have been Biden. Trump's going to put y'all back in chains. I think it was Biden. So why wouldn't you believe that? The president of the United States says, if you elect this guy, if he gets elected, black people are going to go back to slavery, or implying that, or making that reference, saying that they're going to put y'all back in chains. Damn. That's why I always wanted to know, and maybe if Tequila Jim's still on here, he can help me out with this. I wanted to know, when Joe Biden was vice president, he was like, get a shotgun. Remember that? He said, you hear somebody breaking into your house. This is how hoity-toity is. He said, if anybody's breaking your house, go out to the lanai, essentially go out to your bedroom balcony, he said. All of a bedroom balcony. Go out to your bedroom balcony and fire off a couple shots with a 12 gauge up in the air. That's against the law. So I want to know if Tequila Jim's on this one still, or if anybody's a legal eagle, a little an attorney. Can that be a defense? My vice president, the vice president of the United States, told me to do exactly that. I was acting as the vice president of the United States said I should act. Yeah, interesting, right? It was Biden. Yeah, it was Biden said back. I hear you. Yeah. Then local law enforcement arrives and arrests you. Yeah. But is that your defense, though? You're like, here, I kind of have a video of Joe Biden telling me to go out and do this. The vice president of the United States said this is what I should do. It's got to be a defense. Somebody had to use that. If not, they should have. Yeah. I actually think I think that can go away. Lynn, I really think that can go away as far as I'm concerned. She didn't call him to congratulate him or talk to her supporters. Fine. Okay. Yeah, the supporter thing was a little rough, though, so I'll agree with you on that. The calling the person, I called to congratulate. No, you don't. You're ticked off at that person. You hate that human being. That's the grown-up version, the electoral politics version of having to like low five or side five at the end of a game. Good game, good game, good game, good game. I hate you. Good game, good game, good game. I hate you. Good game, good game. Yeah, same. It's useless. No need to do it. Your team won, your team lost. Just go back to your dugouts and go get pizza. That's the way it should be. Oh, did he say double barrel? 2 blasts in the air. Okay, is that what we said, Scotty? All right. I thought he said something about a 12 gauge. It was maybe 12 gauge double barrel. Yeah. The next day, the stock market is up. Crypto is going crazy across the board. Yeah. It makes sense. It totally makes sense. The economy is going to be, again, no defense for stupidity. I don't know about that. I think that's pretty smart. I think it's pretty smart to say that, I know it's against the law and I'm stupid for doing it, but the vice president told me to do it. I think that's got to be. Yes. Yeah, got to be. It is respectful, though. Okay. Okay, it's respectful. I get it. And again, this is we're going to make basically go to what this show was supposed to be, and there's a little bit of that in there, Grizz. So you're just going to come with me on this. But there are people that quite literally are hurting today and gloating and laughing at them and sharing their videos. It's just it's a bad look. It's a bad look. If you voted for Donald Trump, which I believe most of you have, if you voted for Donald Trump, you voted for we need to get to work and fix things. So let's get to work and fix things and let the walking do the talking. Okay, that's what I would say. I would lead with love and just and the people. Maybe your family's hurting. Reach out to them, and if they think you're the devil, they think you're the devil, and that'll go away with time. Or we all just have to regroup in 4 years and go, see, I told you. I mean, things kind of got better. We hope, right? Again, we don't want to be the party or the voting base that was the dog that caught the bumper. Like crap, now what? Because Donald Trump was that in his first presidency. He was the dog that caught the bumper. He didn't want to be president. He didn't think he was going to win. He was shilling a book. This is a showman. He didn't win. Oh, yeah, didn't win. Okay, go to Trump National. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Okay, so the thing your friend said was showing how hurt he is. And by the way, Grizz, I would encourage you to keep that friend. Just keep the friend. You're like, man, that sucks. I get it. You know, elections are elections. You know, some we win some, you lose some. But the great part about it is we have another election coming on up. So it's all good. And the House hasn't even been decided yet. Senate has. House hasn't been decided yet. So that's still up in the air. And I think a problem is this. One, of course, is social media. And this is, that's good, Grizz. I mean, and yeah. And, you know, same going with just anyone who is having a problem with this. I mean, don't share it out on social media, but look at this idiot. Well, most likely if they post it on social media, they've gone through the whole process of, okay, I'm going to record this. I'm going to scrub this. I'm going to edit this. I'm going to put a filter here. Yeah. This is not a freak out. It's just for clips. I mean, clips. It's just for clicks. And so that's not genuine. And that's not the reality of what's going on. There are people that are just scared that Project 2025, which was fantastic, which was a fantastic tactic. I was trying to get those two up. Fantastic tactic by the left. Really was. They knew. Everybody knew. 2025 had nothing to do with Trump. Zero. Don't care. Going to run the ads because it's effective. And it is. So it's so effective that there's a good part of our country that actually thinks that's real. That they're going to wake up, they're going to bring slavery back. They're going to put people that didn't vote for him in internment camps. This is God's honest fear that people have. And they come by it honestly. And that's why I'm saying represent your ideology as a kind, strong, and I would say fact-giving force. That's what the only thing we can do right now is wait and see if this is all going to play out as we were promised. That's all we can do. And Tim, 2 years and we get a new governor. We hope. We hope 2 years we get a new governor. Well, I mean, it could be the same. I think that, of course, what's his name is going to run. Yeah, but be respectful, show love, be honest. That's right. Grizz, my man. There you go. Right there. Be respectful, show love, be honest. No, Kerry Lake is not one, but they haven't officially called it yet, Lynn. So, yeah. Happy to have a couple of days without political ads. Oh, man, my phone is like, why is my phone still charged? Oh, it didn't get 50 texts this morning. Ugh, absolute pain in the tuchus. Okay, let's talk about this because I actually am going to agree with Joy Behar. Joy Behar, of course, is a Looney Tune that thinks we are in a democracy, but still, I get her point in what she's saying. Here we go.
So, how you feel? I'll start. Yeah.
I was actually thinking about tuning into this today because I had to see what was going on. Let's see. Here we go.
But my takeaway is that the
Of course, she jumps in. Of course, I'm the boss, applesauce.
system works. We live in a democracy.
No, we don't. We live in a representative republic. We do not live in a democracy. This is exactly what happens when you get rid of civics and you replace it with social states. And before we get back to Joy, I want to say this. This is very important. That when we did strip civics from school, from that point on, nobody knew how the hell it knows to this day how it runs. So when they hear President Trump is going to be a dictator on day one, that's impossible. When Oprah says if Donald Trump wins, we will never be able to vote again, is impossible. That's not how our system works. And we forget about this. He is not going to, by the way, I will play in a loop, at least 5 examples I know of, that he said, I will not sign a nationwide abortion ban. I will not sign a nationwide abortion ban. I will not sign a nationwide abortion ban. It belongs to the states. It belongs to the states. It belongs to the states. Holy mackerel. I saw somebody. I think I was told earlier that somebody that they were watching said you better stock up on Plan B because Donald Trump will make all of that illegal, and you'll if your daughter gets raped. I mean, like, come on, y'all. Again, if we had civics class, we wouldn't be talking like this. Oh, I watched Sunny's unhinged rant. I sure did. Oh, she is. Yeah, she's something special, that Sunny hosting. Let me tell you this. Here you go.
People spoke.
Yep.
This is what people wanted. I vehemently disagree with the decision that Americans made, but I feel very, very hopeful that we have a democratic system in this country. We should value it. We should love it. We should protest if the situation arises that we need to protest, which I'm sure it will. And I've been through this before with Nixon. It's been very difficult, but boy, oh boy, do we have a country if we can keep it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This if we can keep it, thing is a little alarmist, but I do agree with her. Of course, I know the democracy representative republic. Yeah. I'm actually impressed that she said that. I give credit where credit's due. I actually am impressed that she said that. I think the rest of the panel was kind of floored, waiting for her to talk, spew some Trump is Nazi, is the devil kind of nonsense that she normally does. That was right. The people have spoken. There you go. Someone I love very dearly said to me yesterday, doesn't matter who wins tonight, they're my president. Yep. Sure. Show enough. Show enough. All right, what's it? Oh, wait. I get this. I'm begging. Sign the petition to pass Chuck Schumer's No Kings Act and strip Trump of his immunity. What? The one thing we're not getting anymore. Oh, okay. And No Kings Act. I don't even remember that. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, look at that. 5 stages of facing reality. That's true. Absolutely. And yeah, by the way, yeah, just go ahead and save yourself. Because by the way, I'm not ripping on people that are sad today. I'm not. I feel bad for them. I believe that they've been duped into believing that the other side just spreads misinformation and we are the harbingers of truth. They're not. They've been lied to. They've been coerced, and now they are scared. And I genuinely understand that. They're sad. I genuinely understand that, and I don't begrudge them that, unless they are a talking head or a politician. Screwing you. I hope you're sad. I hope you're scared. You brought this on. You brought this on. Period. But we should just go ahead and save a bunch of seats on the planes tomorrow and the next day, right? Because there's a whole list of them that are moving now. Good. Bye. Thanks for playing. AOC was on there. See ya. Cool. But anyway, okay. There was a text message about the No Kings Act. Oh my God. See, again, if Chuck Schumer's sad today, I don't care. By the way, Chuck Schumer's not sad. By the way, the Democrat Party's not sad. They're not. They're just fine. They're just fine. Yep. All of them raking in money right now. They're raking in money for their next campaign. You elect me. Keep me in here. I'm taking on Donald Trump, making sure that evil J.D. Vance does not get elected. Text, huh? Kings Act. Okay, I can't click on a link from here, so I'll do it when we're done. Okay, let's see. There we go. Yeah, once at a time she subbed when working in education, subbed in a government class, asked the teacher why they taught U.S. was a democracy and not a republic. His response was it too hard to define the different son of a really to the kids who were seniors and not far from. I don't, that doesn't surprise me much. It's sad. That doesn't surprise me much at all. No. Speaking of planes, small disaster. What? A small what? I can't. I don't have my spectacles on. They crashed yesterday in Mesa, unfortunately. Ooh, man. Yeah. I've flown small planes before, and I just don't have the attention span for it. I really, really don't. I'd be one of those guys. I really, really would be sad. Okay, so here's a couple things that we are going to do. I wore my little Brewman's hat today, OG Brewman's hat, because I wanted to remind myself. There was a time where I took the name of the show from Russell and Hunter to the Brewmans to In Other News when Rob dipped out. And Rob dipped out because he didn't want to do this anymore, didn't want to talk, didn't want to be part of the division, didn't want anything. And I agreed with that. So I said, you know what? I'm going to start In Other News. We're going to talk about stuff that actually matters to us as parents, as citizens, as Arizona residents. And we're going to talk to each other about, cool stuff like, conservation, all that stuff. We're going to talk about stuff. I mean, we're going to cover some stuff. But right when I flipped the switch, then oh, we did have a bet. I'm texting him right now. I'm actually going to say that exact thing. Didn't we have a bet? Oh, crap. Hold on a second. I think we did. Yeah. It's our standard 2 4-packs. This is how we do. And right before the hunt, right to get the gym? Yeah, buddy. All right. Didn't we have a bet? There you go. Robert. I love it. Okay, so but anyway, we did a bet. But anyway, what I want to do is I want to go back to that. What happened was the day we were about to flip the switch on Into the News, the Sunday before that, we were at a pool party, and I walk into the house that was hosting the pool party, and they're like, Donald Trump has been shot. I'm like, what in the holy? And then I said this to myself. I said, okay, Into the News, got it. We're going to launch it. It's great. But I got to talk about this. This is a damn assassination attempt. We got to talk about it. And then I fell right back in because it was, all the reaction, the crazy stuff, and it was staged and all of this. I fell right back into the same routine. And then we started ramping up into the election, and I've just stayed on the gas. And I didn't necessarily want to. I made the decision to. I just kind of fell in. It was easy. It's what I know. It's what I'm good at. And so that's what we went basically back to the old Russell Hunter style. And then last night's election and the follow today kind of snapped me back into it. And a few friends snapped me back into it. It's like, hey, weren't you going to do a show that, weren't you talking to us about a show that you were going to talk about not just, constant loonies on the left and right? I did. So I would like to deliver that to you. If you guys want to, I would love to deliver that to you. I'd love to moving forward, just talk about stuff that just matters to us, stuff that's cool. Not, yes, we get it. The 10% on the left are a bunch of lunatics, 10% on the right, a bunch of lunatics, and everybody in Washington, D.C. is on the take. We know that. We don't have to keep talking about it. The same garbage everyone else is talking about. I say we switch it up a little bit. You guys good? Maybe talk about things that are going on in Arizona and how they impact us. Exactly, Grizz. That's what I'm trying to talk about. Yeah. I'll talk about a Ruben Gallego and what a Ruben Gallego a Senate seat means. Yeah. That'd take 30 seconds of the show. I mean that sincerely because I don't like the guy at all. Having said that, no, hold on a second. You did indeed. I believe it was set the terms that someone would have to wear that is right. Oh. Well, I guess I'm just going to have to keep the hat for old Robert, who will come on the program. I think he'll say or 2 4-packs is what he'll go with. There's no way he's coming on the show and putting that on. There's no way. Oh, that's right. He did go to great lengths to get out of that one. Okay. I can't wait to see his response. Oh, that's fantastic. I love it. Mm-hmm. All right. We want to pick of it. I'm going to have him on the program. I mean, you put it on. And by the way, I think that's one of the times that this election we're talking about how in the world Kamala Harris lost according to half the country. I think one of that is that rally, I believe, was in Pennsylvania, where Joe Biden put the Trump 2024 hat on. He did not want to do that. He wanted very much to do that. Joe Biden is a very happy man right now. He is vindicated. They pulled him out of the game. And the bullpen came in, the closer came in and got rocked for a walk-off grand slam. It was. I think he'd love to hear you say that. That's funny. To change the whole career trajectory to avoid. That's fantastic. All right. So let's get to this. Let's do this. Because having said that we do want to talk about things that are in other news. We're going to talk about a lot. There's a lot of stuff going on. Because there's going to be a ton of stuff going on that isn't just the standard crap that you're seeing on MSNBC, CNN, and Fox News. We are going to keep an eye on this. We truly are going to keep an eye on this because it is important, I believe, that we keep an eye on this and it'll kind of pull us back into it, but I need all y'all's help to help me keep it out. I said all y'all's. How about that? Biden kind of destroyed her campaign. He did. He absolutely tanked it. Me and Rob are still bros. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Rob's still doing a lot of traveling. Yak runs around town doing her thing and around the country doing her thing, and Rob cruises along. So Rob's doing his own thing. Hell yeah. Yeah, we're all good. Rob and I are fine. Yeah. I believe we might be I think we're hitting the range on Friday. They're gonna look at that. Now, maybe we'll get him to wear the hat then. Yeah. That's very safe confines if you're at a shooting range. But I want to keep an eye on this, y'all, because over the transition, which I believe a very strong possibility is that Joe Biden's going to be bounced and Kamala Harris will be crowned prior to, in this month and a half, will be crowned the first female president of the United States. It's a gut feeling. It's a weird thing. I'm not saying this is what they're going to do. It's a weird gut feeling that I have. Okay. But I do want to keep an eye on this. Remember this? Jamie, you're asking.
What can be put into the Constitution can slip away from you very quickly. And the greatest example going on right now before our very eyes is Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which they're just disappearing with a magic wand, as if it doesn't exist, even though it could not be clearer what it's stating. And so, they want to kick it to Congress. So it's going to be up to us on January 6, 2025, to tell the rampaging Trump mobs that he's disqualified. And then we need bodyguards for everybody in Civil War conditions, all because the 9 justices, not all of them, but these justices who have not many cases to look at every year, not that much work to do.
Vacationing most of the time. Yeah, the Supreme Court justice, yes, they don't have many cases to look at. This bozo doesn't. Okay, so talking about taking civics out of it. This bozo, and he is a bozo. I'm sorry. He got caught doctoring evidence January 6th. He's a liar. He deleted 3 terabytes of evidence that didn't support their cause on J6. And when he got a stage 1 cancer diagnosis that may or might not have needed some chemo, he started wearing the rag on his head immediately for sympathy. This guy is scum. Anyway, here you go.
A huge staff, great protection, simply do not want to do their job and interpret what the great 14th Amendment means. And I'm glad that Sherilyn's creating her new center so we can.
Okay, essentially, they're going to declare Donald Trump with the third Article 3, Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. Let me read it to you so you know what the hell's going on. They're going to pull the 14th Amendment on him and say he's not qualified to be the president of the United States. No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector of president and vice president or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state who, having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature or as an executive or judicial officer of any state to support the Constitution of the United States, shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. But Congress may by vote of 2/3 of each house remove such disability. There you go. They're claiming that he was an insurrectionist, so he's not qualified. What up, Ma? Holy cow, Janet. Haven't seen you in a minute. Been a while. Been a hot minute. Glad you're here. Glad you're hanging out. But we're going to be keeping an eye on that. We're not messing around. We're going to keep an eye on that. I think that is something that is very important. And if that starts going down, then we will definitely cover it on the show. We will not dedicate the entire show to it. If JD becomes president, and then pardons Trump, and then Trump gets sworn in, it's just absolutely absurd. Jim, it can totally happen. That could JD becomes the president, he pardons it. Yeah, we could have within 2 months. We could have the 47th, 48th, and 49th president of the United States. How about that? Oh, my God. That would be lunacy. What's up? All right. So, and I am going to cover like flies on poop. I'm going to cover this. Y'all, this guy was who I was going to vote for. I am going to cover his promises. RFK Jr.
out the corruption in your terms, would that mean clearing out the top level federal service workers that are currently at the FDA and the CDC?
In some categories, I would say.
What does that look like? Yeah.
In some categories of workers, there are entire departments, like the nutrition departments at FDA, that have to go. That are not doing their job. They're not protecting our kids. Why do we have Fruit Loops in this country that have 18 or 19 ingredients, and you go to Canada and it's got 2 or 3?
Clean it up, brother.
Any of the agencies?
To eliminate the agencies, as long as it requires congressional approval, I wouldn't be doing that. I can get the corruption out of the agencies. This is what I've been doing for 40 years.
Yep,
I've sued all
sure
those
has.
agencies. I have a PhD in corporate corruption, and that's what I do. And once they're not corrupt, once Americans are getting good science and are allowed to make their own choices, they're going to get a lot healthier.
Preach, brother. Preach. We're going to be covering that like crazy. We really will. And somebody said, like, Jared did not make any money. $2 billion from as oh hell yeah, dude! Everybody made money. Everybody made money. Literally. I mean, look at all past presidents and their families. They loaded. Yeah. But here's the deal, and this is the deal with that. And I'm reading off. I apologize. A YouTube post and comment here. I think that is part of the game. Should it be part of the game? No, but it is. You want to know how many sons and son-in-laws and daughters-in-law are going to rebuild Ukraine? Please. It's going to be blinding. And if you want to make it illegal, make it illegal. Then once it's illegal, good, ring them up. Or if they've done anything illegal to make that money, ring them up. I don't care if I watch Jared Kushner perp walk. Who cares? If it's illegal, it's illegal. Get it done. Yes, RFK Jr. is a bulldozer. If you look at his record, it is absolutely incredible. It really is. You might not agree with a lot of things, but the man is principled, and he's a hard worker, and he's a damn genius. So I'm actually going to be upset, though, if they just put him in the FDA, because that's where I want him. But just give him 6 months in the CIA. I just want to see how many people resign between that. If that is whispered that he is going to be the head of the CIA, I want to know how many people are grabbing boxes and getting the hell out of there, just retiring. Sorry, early retirement. Gotta go. Because whoever's left over is going to see him bang through the door like the Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah, and then go. Y'all killed my dad and my uncle. Let's talk. I want to see some unredacted documents now. Yep. Oh, guy did some amazing environmental work in upstate New York. He did, Brendan. The guy did. The guy is literally the man is just he is like Jim said, just an absolute bulldozer. On government, and that's the battle plan to overthrow. Oh yeah, they're going to use the whatever. It's an insurrection. And Nancy Pelosi is she's more talking about she's looking more to the 21st, I believe, was it 25th? What's the one about the mental state of the president? So she's going after that vibe. Raskin's going after the other. We'll just keep an eye on that. But during this, we're going to talk about other things. We're going to have a lot of fun. You guys are still controlling the show. Gotcha. And not gonna let you down there. And we're gonna get back to in other news. Now that we're done. 25th. Thank you, Randy. Yes, that's what I thought. That's what I thought it was. Hudson River, less than a mile from my parents' place up there, used to be full of toxic sludge. Yeah. You look at his record, it's fantastic. That's why I said early on I was going to vote for the guy. I was like, oh, vote for Trump because I get him, and I get Tulsi, and I get Elon. All about that. Elon's going to be interesting. So we're going to watch that stuff like a hawk too. And again, it's time for us to do it. Don't make fun of these people freaking out. No need to. Because it's theater online. But there are people that are watching that and getting sad with them, getting angry with them. That's the point of it all. Lead with love and just say, we got this. Don't worry. Everything's going to be just fine. Everything's going to be all right. It is. It's going to be all right right here on Ion as well. Okay. So we'll see you tomorrow at noon. Thank you all for playing along. And we'll just, again, see how it all goes. Let's not be the dog that catches the bumper. Let's make it happen. All right, guys. Thank you. Share it out. Like it. Do all that stuff. And we'll